Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to do a review on this Mr. Coffee 12-pot programmable coffee maker. It's the Advanced Brew. It's an older model and it's got a special feature that clean, and it's programmable. It's got this delay brew, and then it's got brew strength. So overall this is a really nice coffee maker. It's got this big lid you open up. That's going to show you where the filter basket is. So you're going to put your coffee grounds in here. This comes out, and then one nice feature about these Mr. Coffees is it's got this little lever here. So if you forget to move this back, because that's where the steam's going to come out, you want that to go over the basket. So if you forget to move that out, when you close it, it moves it for you. That's really nice. So that's where you're going to put the water. It does have this sight glass on the side. What I do really like though is it's got this extra door for just adding water, because when you're brewing coffee, we're going to see there's a lot of steam when you open this door. But if you want to brew another pot of coffee, you're just going to add water right there. It does have cord storage, and the cord's not super long, pretty much standard length. Okay, so it's got this really nice coffee pot, and you can get your hand in there and wash it. Okay, so we're going to brew a pot of coffee. Most coffee makers say 1 tablespoon per cup of coffee, and that equates to a little more than a half a cup, but I normally use a half a cup. So we're going to lift the lid. That's our filter basket. We're going to move that out of the way. It just takes standard filters you get at Walmart, 8 to 12 cup filters. So we're just going to put our filter in. Okay, and we're going to put our coffee in. Like I said, you don't have to remember to move that back, but it will move it back when you close the lid. So then we're going to add our water. Okay, so I've got the coffee pot filled up to 12. We're going to lift the lid. We got to put the water in the back. Make sure you don't overflow, because those are holes and it will leak out if you overfill it. So we're going to use the coffee pot to fill it. If you go nice and slow, it doesn't spill all over. And we're going to make sure to put the coffee pot back underneath there. Like I said, close the lid. Okay, nothing's started yet. We've got to turn it on. So I'm going to hit this selector, and the Brew Now light lit, and it's regular strength. We're going to do a regular strength pot of coffee first. I'm going to time it, and we're going to see how it tastes. Okay, so we're right at the 7-minute mark, and we're right about to the 6 cup mark. Now this does have a feature called delay, or auto pause. So say you want to get a cup of coffee right now. I'm going to take, it's brewing coffee right there. And when I take it out, it's got a little plunger that's going to come down. It does drip and make a little bit of a mess, but it allows you to get a cup of coffee and then to put it back, and then it'll start brewing again. You can't do it very long because the water will back up inside that filter. So let's take a look on the inside. I don't recommend opening these up, but I like to look and see how it's doing. It's doing a really good job. Getting a lot of hot water in there on the coffee grounds. So another feature I really like about this coffee maker is it beeps at you when it's done. It's not a really loud beep or annoying, but it's just a really nice feature that the coffee makers have to let you know that it's done brewing. As far as I know, there's no way of turning that off though. Okay, so it's done and it's beeping at us. It's got like a, so that's the 4th beep it's done at us, but there's quite a bit of steam coming over, and we're right at the 11-minute mark. This is pretty standard for a coffee pot. Now, even though it's beeped at us saying it's done, it's only at the 10 cup mark. I do expect it to get a little fuller, as there's a lot of water left in that filter basket, so it's going to take a little bit to drain down, but it's definitely enough that you can get a pot or a cup of coffee. So this does have a warming tray. It's going to keep your coffee nice and hot. And if you forget to come up here and shut it off, you use this button to shut the warming plate off after it's done brewing. It will automatically shut off after 2 hours. I did see online some of these have a brew timer button. All that is if you press it, it starts a timer up here where the clock is to show you how long the pot of coffee's been there. This one doesn't have it, but I just wanted to explain that to you really quick. Okay, so it's at the 13-minute mark and it's pretty well done. We're gonna pour a cup of coffee, see how it pours. Go nice and slow with these coffee pots. And now we're gonna check the temperature. That's about standard, 165, 167. Okay, so these Mr. Coffees make really good coffee. That tastes like, that's really good coffee. It's really hot, but it tastes really good. On how to set the delay brew on this Mr. Coffee Advanced Brew coffee maker. This is the older model, but I want to show everybody how to set the delay brew. So first thing we're going to do is, when these things lose power, they're always flashing 12. So you got to come up here and set the time. And you're just going to press the hour, and that's going to set the time. And it has an AM and a PM light, so that's really nice. So it's 4 PM right now. And let's say it was 4:10, okay? Now, that's the time. Now say we want to set, this says set delay. So we got to set that. That light's going to flash. While that light's flashing, I can set the time. And I'm just going to change the hour. So let's do 5:15 AM. Okay. Then this will time out after a couple seconds back to time. You have to do one more step. You have to come over here at the selector button. You don't want to brew now. You want to hit it again so that the delay brew light is lit. So now this thing will start at 5:15 in the morning at regular strength. I can come up here and hit strong or regular. But I have to hit this selector button and move that up to the yellow light, the delay brew. If I want to check the time, just press the button. Okay, yeah, it's going to start at 5:15. The delay brew light's flashing. Let's see if it keeps the delay. Yep, it keeps the delay brew ready to go. So if you want to cancel it, say you're not going to wake up in the morning, just come up here and hit that button again. That'll turn the delay brew off and it won't start. So make sure you've got your water and your coffee in, and that thing will start. Okay, let me explain to you now. So if I wanted to turn it off, I would just come up here and turn it off. Now let's say it has this clean function, which is just, most people run vinegar through their coffee makers, and that's what you would do here. But this just times it, because most people just run the vinegar through and just then clean it. But you're supposed to run the vinegar through halfway, stop it, let it soak, and then finish it again. But most people don't do that. So what this clean function does is, so if I select up here, what it does is it does the time for me. So it takes about an hour, and what it's going to do is it's going to run that vinegar through your coffee maker about halfway. You're going to put so much vinegar in the back, and then halfway through the run cycle is going to stop. So it's just going to stop the brew process, let that vinegar soak inside, and then it's going to finish it again. So that's all that clean does. It's basically running a coffee, or running a brew cycle. It just times it for you. So, and then the delay brew, I explained that, and then this regular and strong. So I got to turn it on. I come up here and hit the strong, and the strong light's lit. Now the strong, it just brews it longer. Some people take advantage of that by using less coffee grounds, and some people take advantage of it tastes better if the coffee grounds are brewed a little longer. So that's what that strong brew is. It still brews the same amount of, you put the same amount of water in there and the same amount comes out. It just takes a little longer. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes longer. Okay, so I'm going to show you cleanup now. So cleanup's really simple. I love these filter baskets. You just grab it. You're going to take this over to your trash can, dump out the filter, but it's got that plunger there that's going to keep it from dripping when you take it over to your trash can. Okay, so cleanup is really simple. This is all dishwasher safe. This is that filter basket. It's all on the top rack of the dishwasher because it's kind of that softer plastic that would probably melt on the bottom row. But there's the plunger, and that's got a nice wide opening if you have to get in there and kind of scrub, and then the lid you'll have to kind of secure in the dishwasher. Okay, so putting the filter basket in, this is always going to be in that position, so you're going to want to move that out of the way. And then it's got this little notch here, and there's a cutout for it right there. So that will only go one way, and then the lid will close. So this is Just a Dad. This was a quick review and demonstration on this older Mr. Coffee maker. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.